This week's Daily B, we had loaded Atlanta, 4 cars, pretty decent combo. Now here, at the first corner, after you leave that red little bit on the barrier, that's when you start braking. Just brake a bit, let the car roll through the corner, hit the curb and then accelerate out in fourth. Now here as you get to the crest of the hill, just after this line or using that large pole on your right hand side, just as you get that, you just want to lift a bit, hit the curb, and then over here at the second line, that's where you're going to start braking. But at this point, you want to start straightening up, release the brakes, and turn in third. Short shift a bit to keep the car planted onto the gear. Same thing I did over there, just keep it going in. Now here, just as the curb juts out and starts to straighten up, or using that fox sign on your right hand side, that's where you're going to start braking. You can see just as it gets brake, but release in third and accelerate out of the corner before you get to the apex. At the next corner where the grass ends, as you pass that last light pole on your right hand side, or as the grass ends and you see the road extending to the barrier over there, just as you pass that, you want to brake down into third, accelerate out of the corner again. Now here, as the curbing juts out a bit to the left, that's when you start braking, or even as soon as you straighten up, you can also start braking down into second, let it roll a bit, and then accelerate out very quickly. Just make sure you don't get wheel spin there, that's where you lose a lot of time because you're getting onto the back straight here. Fairly straightforward over here. We're going to start heading towards the right hand side over here now. Start looking out for the sign, past that motul sign, and then as you get to the next sign, either use that 200 board or the start of that next sign you can see over there, or between the two. It's on a brake but release and then turn in second just before you get to the apex and accelerate out in third. You can lift a bit for the right hander just to make the car settle down a bit, and then accelerate, let out, hit the curve over there and over the lawn. Stick towards the left hand side here at the start of the lap. Be careful that red little bit on the barrier. As you get to that, just tap the brakes in fourth, lower your speed, roll it to the curb, once in the curb, accelerate out, lift off a bit at the first line, brake at the second and straighten up, release brakes, and turn in towards the right, short shift here if you need to for next couple of corners, get to the top of the range, rev range, and just short shift as the curb straightens up into third, release brakes and accelerate out of the corner. You should carry some speed over there. Count for the grass as it ends and the tire extends, brake into third, accelerate out of the corner again. You'll be done with braking before the corner as the curve juts out, down into second, roll a bit and then accelerate out pretty early onto the back straight. You don't want to spin. Start to get the car settled and pointed before you go full throttle over there. Head towards the right hand side over here. Start looking out for signs. Got the motor sign and the black one facing the other way. As you get to the second one, or just at the 200 watt, brake down into second, release before the curve, accelerate out, lift a bit for the right hander if you need to. Accelerate all the way towards the line to see the curve over here. Over the line. It's a 348.